What's up, guys? It's your boy Marcus back for another video on Spiritual Academy, and today we're gonna be talking about healing family traumas and generational curses. Alright, y'all, so what is generational curses? Okay, what is family trauma, right? So people have different perspectives on not only what it means, but how we can heal it and what it means to the individual, right? Our own families, our own, situations that we have going on, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is parenting, right? Because it's not only parenting, right? But that's just the main thing, right? Because it passes on. It passes on to us through parenting, through people around us, our aunts, our uncles, grandpas, grandma, right? We carry some things in this life, right? We carry it on to our children. We carry it on, right? So that's how people always say, okay, the black sheep of the family, right? People who are out of the box, right? People call chosen ones or whatever people want to call it nowadays, but us that are aware of these things, right? And they call us the black sheep, you know what I'm saying, weird stuff like that, right? That's just what they call us, right? Because we're out of the box, we're out of the normal what people think it is, right? So yeah, that's number one, parenting, right? It really stems back to the beginning, right? To the beginning, because you have to understand that in the beginning of our bloodline, okay, which goes all the way back, okay, those people went through traumas, being pain, being beat, right, growing up in, depends on the world they were growing up in, right? So we can go back to, let's just, for instance, right, because we never came on no ship, the slavery, all that came on, right? But let's go back to where that trauma started, right? All the way back when we first went through that pain of being beat, right? Of going through physical pain, traumas by being beat, by being treated a certain type of way, right? And that energy of that fear, that energy, 222 on the clock, that energy, that fear, the energy stay in our ancestors' bodies, right? And genes and their genetic makeup. It really like affects them on a biological level, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, like it affects everything. It affects how you think, right? We have that fight or flight. Okay, if something popping off, I'm getting out, right? That's what we think, right? If you hear a shot go off, run. That's just immediate. It's not even like a thought like, I wonder what that is. You know what I'm saying? It's none of that, right? So that's exactly what we're going through, you know what I'm saying? And our ancestors had to go through it. That's why they say we have like waves of volunteers who came here to choose to come here to like start this awakening or like to influx like these energies, these high vibrational energies into the being through their vessel, through their avatar, right? So it's like, the first volunteers are our ancestors, the ones that got beat and killed and put on a pitchfork and burned to death, you know what I'm saying? Like all that, like that our ancestors had to go through, that we went through, because we are our ancestors, okay? And so a lot of us are our ancestors, and we've literally experienced this in past lives, okay? So yeah, that's why I feel like when it comes to karma, a lot of beings that did us dirty in past lifetimes are here in this lifetime. It could be your sister, right? It could be karmic debt that she has to pay, or you just never know, right? You never know how that karma plays out. But I remember I always forget her name every time I bring it up. Spirit, can y'all throw that in there? I know her name was Array. I can even I'll put it up on screen right here. Okay, I'll put it up on screen right here. I'll edit. Oh my god, excuse me. But yeah, I remember her. She spoke about the speaker, right? She spoke about how we came into this planet, how we knew we were aware that we were planetary guardians, and we was here to protect Earth, to protect everything on this planet, right? So, and she was saying how her mom incarnated, you know what I'm saying, her mom in this lifetime burned her on a stake in a past life, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's how it does. It just works that way, right? It works that those type of way where people did something, or it was some type of karmic debt connected to both of those souls, right? So they incarnate again. Rather, let's say I was in a past life your mom, and let's say I beat you for no reason. Not that specific small thing, but let's just say it was so traumatic for you You know what I'm saying? And I was just doing it because of my own stuff, right? Let's say, okay, you transition out of this lifetime, you incarnate again, and let's just say I'm the child this time, you know what I'm saying? And before you are, it's just, you never know, right? Karma plays out in different ways. Doesn't mean you're meant to be bad to that person, you know what I'm saying? It just means that that person was meant to be in that life so they can go through that karmic debt, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never know, like, certain things we go through is not always karma. It's just things that had to happen for us for our own soul journey in this incarnation. But that trauma, that karmic connection we have to people ties into this generational trauma, family trauma. People who have done us dirty in that life incarnate into our family, and we realize, well, damn, I just hate this person. Right? This person just, it may not even be nothing about them, but their energy just throws you off, right? Or just something like, bro, just something throw me off about this person. Like, it could be in your family, like, oh my god, I don't know what my aunt, like, something throw me off from my aunt. She's something, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? But they still pull that, they still have the energy, because they're in a new life, new avatar, you know what I'm saying? New cycle, energetically, right? But they're still that person, right? They're still that energy that did that to you. And obviously, what they did to you was really of their own fear, their own emotions, and their own things that they were going through at the time, right? So it's all about our souls learning lessons, and that's why we come back over and over and over again, right? We're not, people always say reincarnation. It's not reincarnation, because we are incarnated experience. We don't reincarnate, right? We incarnate. So that's why I was like, bro, like, we have so many people, not family people, and like we can go through some experiences where let's just say you just get someone just be like, you know what, dude, here go $100, a random person out of nowhere, like, bro, like, I already have money, boom, that person could have owed you, you know, like, it don't have to always be money, but it's just, what I'm trying to get is that karma works out in funny ways, that if we was aware of the incarnation that person was tied to, we would probably laugh at, like, dang, bro, like, I remember, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say, because let's say you stole from somebody in the past life. That doesn't mean someone will steal from you. It's like, it works out in different ways, right? And it's infinite amount of ways karma can play out. Infinite, right? So it's not going to be like, oh, he stole money from me that last time, so that's why he gave me money. No, it's just, it works in different ways. It's not going to always be like that. Let's say you beat somebody and then you incarnate in the next lifetime and they beat you. It's not like that, right? It's not like that. But karma works out in funny ways, okay? So that's number one. But parenting really number one. Because our parents and our ancestors have been through so much, they only could raise the kids how they could raise them. It's not like they could be just a perfect parent. Nobody is the perfect parent, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just their parents taught them and how in their environment that they grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Let's say my great grandma. You know what I'm saying? She grew up in the 40s to 30s, and you know the 1920s, 30s, 40s. Like, she was in that era. You know, so what she grew up, her environment, what she saw, that shit affects you on a physical level. That's why I say that's why they say it's trauma and pain and fear held within the body. Like, you could be healing, you could be going with it and healing it, and it works, right? It works progressively. But you still have to deal with that shit in the body. We still hold it, our genes, because our ancestors went through so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that junk carried through our genetics, our bloodline. Like, that shit go deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get beat, that's not just hurting the soul, but it's also hurting that physical body, that pain, and just like how animals get killed, and that energy, that fear that the animal felt transferred to you, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. So let's say that animal, let's say that you killed the chicken. That chicken, let's say that chicken had all that energy, or let's say that chicken was just abused growing up, right? It was just beat, all that, taking their eggs and all that stuff. That energy transferring to her eggs, her kids, like the womb, like that shit is deep, bro. That's why Isis Wisdom, a lot of people be having yoni cleanses, because we don't never know what type of trauma it is. Trauma, we can have trauma in our elbows, like it could be anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be just fear or one main thing. Like, we be having certain traumas that be in the back. Why you always wonder you have back problems? You know what I'm saying? Why you always wonder you had leg problems? It could be trauma stuck in these areas, or energy blockages stuck there, and it's why you have problems with these type of things you growing up. So it's like, trauma is definitely a big thing, y'all. Trauma is a big thing about it, and it's like, We go through so much shit psychologically because of the society and the world we live in. Psychologically, we're just abused, bro. Because we live in such an overstimulated world. You have events every day. You got holidays every few months. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got family events here, Christmas on this, Thanksgiving here, TV. You got the news. It's just overstimulating, bro. And it's why it's like Spirit be like, bro, y'all need to take a break, because it's like when you're so stimulated and you're giving energy and you're focused to everything on the outside of you, you don't have time to focus on your own healing, your own things, right? Me included, you know what I'm saying? But it's just they make it so overstimulating so you can direct your attention away from self. That's why. This is the thing. All this overstimulation, all this thing they got on news. Oh my God, Gracie online talk about her man. It's overstimulating, bro. And when you have an overstimulating world, we think, oh, we gotta focus on the news. Let me hop on, man. What are they talking about? Oh my God, that happened in Turkey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got you focused and sending your energy outside of self, and that's why. And I was just sitting out, bro. I'm telling you, I've been getting downloads in nature. I was just sitting in nature, y'all, and I was just sitting. And it was like a bouncy house. They had kids out there. I was just like, bro, like, y'all definitely have to try hyper to get these kids with all these toys and Jump House and you know what I'm saying, all these TV shows and Nickelodeon. And they have to keep kids so stuck, because if they don't, the kids are way more powerful than we can be. Facts. The kids are way more tuned in. I'm telling you. So if they didn't have all these games, these toys, and all this junk, these kids, but I'm telling you, if they didn't have all this shit, the kids would be way more advanced. They would be aware at that point. I believe wholeheartedly, if they didn't have all these, not only the parenting, because the parenting, y'all, oh my gosh, the parenting and the distractions, y'all, because when you have a parent that, and it's all of our parents, right? But not all of them. Some are aware, but how you were raised is highly important. And a lot of us, it's not our parents' fault, because they were just taught from their parents, and they were taught from the environment that they grew up. And then our grandparents just learned from their parents, and they just learned from their. So it goes all the way. It's a whole generational thing, y'all. It goes to the beginning when we fell in frequency. That go all the way to the beginning, bro. To the beginning, the traumas that we've been through, even those times, even we was in different incarnations, different star systems, we carry it sometimes, lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And now we're aware, like, and Isis wasn't spoke about this, like, bro, ain't finna be just no one lifetime. We have to clear this shit, like, bro, we're gonna be doing this shit for a minute. You're gonna be doing this shit until you transition out of the body, nigga, till you go to the next realm, like, till we graduate to the next realm of existence. Like, we're gonna be doing healing forever, bro. Okay? And I kind of resonate with what you said, but at the same time, I do believe we can heal to a point where it don't, like, we can heal to a point where we don't have to keep incarnating to not only balance our own energies, because when you have to understand, to get to higher realms, bro, you have to have self-mastery. You need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to have self-mastery over everything. You need to have learned your soul lessons so you can be able to elevate to the next stage, as well as the obstacles, challenges, balance, karmic debts. Like, it's deep, but it's not like people don't go crazy, bro, because we're elevating to 5D. Once we get to that 5D consciousness, we're going to be able to do what we need to do. We're already doing what we need to do now, right? But it's the thing, guys. It's like passing that baton, bro. It's like I'm not carrying that baton anymore. That baton, even though underneath all the pain and trauma, it really was coming from a good place from our grandpas and our great grandfathers and our forefathers, basically, in our bloodline, all the way back. Like, passing that baton was really just love, bro. At the gym, it was just love, and the love they have for our family and what they've created, right, through birth, which is the portal, through, you know, through having kids and all that. It really, that baton, you could choose to take that baton to transmute the energy, and that's all it is just transmuting that energy. Choosing to transform that baton to something positive for the next generation. So we're just transmuting, we're healing, and we're choosing what to bring next, what, like, the baton to pass to our kids, our bloodlines from here on. So and we're healing our bloodline. So the next children that come next, they ain't have to do with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be healed to the point where when I have kids, bro, like, they don't have to be tied to that shit. Like, they could be awakened, you know, because dude, when we come through the veil, it's just tough. But it's just like, bro, we all should be on the path to where it's like we teaching our kids exactly what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? And allow them space for them to be creative and to do their own things and not be so constrained. Because I remember I was outside. I had my cousin, my nephew, but my cousin, my great cousin. And he was outside. He was like, I was like, go ahead, play with the little kids. The kids had power. I was like, go ahead, play with the little kids, right? And I'm like, okay, I let him play. He was like climbing like a little bit of a tree. It was like still close to the ground. It wasn't crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I was watching him climb, play with him and stuff like that. I was like, okay. We had already been out there for a little bit, mind you. And I was just like, okay, it's time to go in. He was like, okay, help me down from the tree. I helped him down from the tree. He blasted off running towards the other kids because the kids had ran off towards the field and he was running towards them. And I'm like, bro, it's time to go in. So I'm chasing this man. So I'm like, okay, bro, it's time to come in. Right? He's like, no, jump on the floor. You know how they fall out and do all that. And I was like, bro, nah, it's time to come in. You have to learn. You have to learn. No, we have to learn, my guy. We have to learn that the constraints that our parents put on us, not to project that or deflect that to other people, other souls. Because that just taught me, like, how I was taught, like, no, you can't do that. You don't know where them kids are going. You don't know where they at. You don't know where they live at. What if they take you somewhere? What if they take you somewhere? That's just our parents. It's coming from a love energy. It really is. At the core, it really is. Because they don't want us to get hurt. They don't want us to feel pain. They don't want us to go through what they went through. But you can't be so constrictive over a kid where they can't be themselves and be creative. Because that creative energy is free. That's not being constrained at all. You know what I'm saying? If that was, I was just thinking like, bro, if that's my kid, I'm not letting him. I'm gonna let him be him. I'm gonna let him be free. I'm gonna let them be free, right? And it's like, yeah, you want to be careful over them because you know this world we living in today. You know what I'm saying? But it's just sometimes you have to just let them be free, bro. Because the more freer they are, the more they can be creative and express themselves in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm reading my little notes I got over here. Life through genes, live through genes, body. And we talked about that. How to release and heal. That's next, y'all. How to release and heal. Alright, y'all. So, there's no right way to say it, to how to release and heal. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. It's just how you deal with it in your own soul's evolutionary journey. Like how you deal with it, right? In my family, we have a big addiction shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped smoking early January, right? Before that, in the beginning of my journey, I stopped smoking altogether. I think I didn't smoke for like a year, maybe like 6 months. And I start back. But I stopped smoking in the beginning of this, like, stopped really, like, I'm never going back. I stopped smoking in January this year. And I've been good. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it take more time to heal from that because you've been smoking I've been smoking for years, right? Black and miles, weed, all that, right? That's all I was doing before my awakening. Right? That, TV, anime, YouTube, everything, right? But I stopped smoking beginning this year, and it was just like, that's a huge generational trauma. Is addiction. Everybody, all the way back in my family, all the way back. I don't know, my grandma, I don't think she probably did. I don't know, because we don't really, that's the thing I was saying too, y'all. Like, if y'all still have y'all grandmas and grandpas here, bro, communicate to them, bro. Speak to them, ask them about your family, ask them about their parents, how they grew up. Write this shit down, like, actually connect with, because we don't, like, in our family, the farthest we can go back is our great grandma, and she recently passed, like, 2018, right? She passed 2018, and then my cousin passed 2 years after her. But 2018, she passed away, and she was the oldest in our family. She was the eldest in our family. Now we only got one of my aunts, and I think she's upward towards the 60s now. She's upwards towards the 60s, late 60s, I think. But talk to your family, bro. Learn more about your heritage, your people. I was just learning my dad can talk to me. Like, me and my dad been kind of strange. Like, he wasn't really in my life like that, but he like recently contacted me. Like, yeah, man, I'm with your granddad, right? My dad, my other family, like my dad's side of the family, live up north. So he was like, okay, boom. I was just like, okay, this is my granddad. I've never met him in my life. Never met him in my life. My granddad, my dad's dad, right? So I was like, bro, okay, hey, what's up, man? Like, I have to connect with them, learn about our heritage, bro. Like, I went to Mississippi, and my family, which is like my granddad, family lived there. He was from Mississippi. They got a whole cemetery with most of my family that I never known about. And I went up there like 9th grade, I think. I went up there like 9th grade. This is years. This is like 2012, something like that. Yeah, 2012, 2011. But it's like, the thing I just want to know is, like, learn about your heritage, learn about your bloodline, bro, because it's important to know where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously we have heritage, our known ancestors before this timeline we're in now, where we were oppressed spiritually. Before this timeline, we got ancestors that go all the way back to the beginning of physical incarnations. You know what I'm saying? Like, back. You know, so yeah, the ancient ancestors. Thank you, the ancient ones, the ancient ancestors, which we all are. We are the ancestors. Okay, but that's all I want to speak about today, y'all. Like, I don't want to go too deep. It's already 21 minutes. All I have to say, really, the message, bro. Connect to your family and learn about the heritage. Learn about your family. Learn about the history of your family, like your great grandma, your great great grandma, your great 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 grandma. Like, actually go back, because we only know so far about back to my great grandma, and she was born, my grandma, my mom's mom was born in 1949. So that means my great grandma was born 1920s, y'all. You know, 1920s, all the way back. And I remember she said she remembered her mom I think passed young, but that's as far as we can remember is during the 1900s. We don't even know 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to know about. Obviously, we have our physical family. This is our physical family's bloodline and how we can heal that. I believe how to heal it is really to learn about your heritage, learn about your generational curses. Sometimes they'll pop up to you because they're still relevant in our family now in this era, right? So just be aware. Sometimes I know we have addiction in this family. We have talking about each other, talking about our families. Like, everybody talk about each other. Alright, because we're not all soul family, right? We're not soul family, and that's why we have to go through so much stuff and so much trauma, because soul families, this is who we are. We are connected. We are our soul family, and our soul family is really our. How can I explain this, spirit? Our soul family are our family in spirit, our family we've incarnated with, who we have that soul vibration with, that we are tuned to. These are our soul family beings, right? This could be let's say it's your spiritual uncle that you've incarnated multiple times. Maybe you was his child in one time. Maybe you was his parent in one lifetime. So we have learned as spirit, connect to your physical family and connect to your spirit family. Bro, I'm telling y'all, and that's all I gotta say, man. Again, my name is Marcus. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Spiritual Academy. I'm out of here. Peace.